Well, hey all, I'm Jess Steinbach with ActualTech Media, and I want to thank you for joining us for this exciting Spotlight Series segment. Today I'll be chatting with Tim Cassell, Head of Product at nOps. Tim, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, Tim, let's start with the basics. Tell us a little bit about you, tell us a little bit about nOps.
Well, I'm Tim. I head up our product here at nOps. I'm I don't know. I'm an old man who's been in technology here in the Bay Area for quite some time, and I think we have a pretty exciting product out here that is really going to help customers save money on their AWS spend.
Okay, so let's dig into that a little bit. How are you saving people money? Let's start with that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me just talk about nOps itself, right? So
Yeah.
nOps is, our whole focus is FinOps on nOps, right? So we really have taken on to it's a new kind of framework out there. A lot of companies are adapting it, and we're building our entire product based off of that framework, right? So from the inform is broke that framework broken up into those three different categories: inform, optimize, and operate.
Mhm.
Where we focus all three, and then of the inform and the operate side is part of our product that is actually free, right? We do not charge for the inform piece, the visibility of spend. How do you put business context through it, through our showback features, our cost allocations, our reporting, our slicing and dicing, and dashboarding, all free, right? Where we focus completely on is on the optimize, right? Which is we're out there from everyone from the person at the front desk to our CEO is completely focused on how do we save our customers money. And when we save our customers money, they make money, right? And so we're completely focused on how do we automate that, make that as easy as possible for those customers to consume, right? And with the least amount of resources. Like most people probably know, the number one cost is not so much your cloud spend, it's people. So if we can automate it, simplify it, make it very easy to consume, great recommendations, and then if we save them money, our program is of all the parts we share that percent of that savings.
Well, and I love that. The problem with that free thing, Tim, is I think a lot of us immediately hear that and then kind of go, well, that's too good to be true. So either I must be getting less service or there's some hidden fees or something there. So can you dig into that a little bit more for us?
Yeah, it's like I said, is when it comes to the visibility, the inform, and the operate, we feel that we feel here at nOps, right? You spend millions, in some companies millions of dollars on the spend. Why would you pay a cloud tax to be able to actually see it and be able to manage that, right? And so we I like to say it's a business's God-given right to have a free platform to do that. And where we focus, as I mentioned, and where we actually will where we make our money is making providing the best automation that you consume. If you don't use it, you're not going to get charged. It's anything in which we automate, you leverage that automation, we share in those savings.
And cloud tax, by that you mean basically having to spend additional costs to have these cloud management services. You're that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of companies out there, a lot of management tools out there charge a percent of spend. So, though they're out there providing a bunch of recommendations, they're not really necessarily, they're not necessarily incented, right? Because after your cloud spend goes up, the revenue goes up, right? So we kind of flipped that around and said, well, if we're going to focus on not the growth of an account, but the savings in the account and providing and making those automations to help out there.
And that's where you guys talk about pay less, use less, and how are you actually?
Yeah. So, like I said, is we simplify things. I'm a West Virginia kid, so you gotta keep it simple for me. So, long and short, there's two levers out there. We focus on the two levers. There's the pay less model,
Mhm.
which is pay less for what you're doing, right? Thinks of RIs, commitments, and stuff associated to that. And then there's the number one lever to save money. It's called use less, right? And that's basically getting automation to allow you to match supply and demand, right? We've seen a lot of our customers out there that continue to still run the cloud as if they're in the data center, right? And so we're trying to bring the elasticity back to the cloud with our automations and our focus.
I love that. Well, I think that's a really great place to leave it off, and I hope we get to chat with you again soon. But Tim, for somebody out there that their curiosity is piqued and they want to learn a little bit more about nOps, what do they do? What's their first step to get started with you?
Yeah, just go to our website, and I think it'll be displayed, but nops.io, or hit me up on LinkedIn, and you'll get that from the link.
Love that. All right. Well, this has been such an interesting discussion. Tim, thank you so much for taking a little time to chat with us today. Tell us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jess.
It's been great. And hey, if you want to see more spotlight segments like these, head to the ActualTech Media YouTube channel at youtube.com/ActualTech Media. There is a whole playlist for you there with more awesome videos just like this one. So head on over and start exploring. Well, that is it for us today. Thank you again to Tim. Thank you to nOps for sharing some awesome ideas. Very special thank you to all of you for watching this Spotlight Series segment, and we'll chat again soon.